Hello there. My name is Eric, and I'm very happy to report to you the first ever State of MAVR address. It's our annual report, our first ever annual report of the Mixed, Augmented, and Virtual Realities in Learning Research Group, a special interest group as a part of JALT, the Japan Association of Language Teaching. So here we go. We are a young group. We finished our first year as a group. We formed in early of last year with our founding 5 officers. We quickly grew up to about 15 membership within the first few months, and we've been growing ever since. And we've jumped through some hoops and crossed over some boundaries, and we've gone from being a forming SIG in that first year, gathering and forming foundations for our research group, and we've been now included in our mother organization, JOLT, as a official card-carrying voting member of the organization. So that's a big step for us. Our membership, although still small, is growing. We're growing every month. At least a few members we've had growing every month. We have not quite met our goals in this regard, but our active membership has made us very happy. All of our members are very passionate, just like the officers that founded it over a year ago, in this research and in this technology and in this new disruption in education. Most of our members have all done multiple papers and publications and presentations, and we've been trying to move to the edge of what a publication or what a communication is with the broader audience and the broader research community. So we're very happy with the engagement that we have from our small but passionate group of members in MAVR. So we spent our first year building the foundation, the building blocks for our organization. And first that meant writing a charter and a constitution. And although these are still works in progress, the group pretty much sees ourselves as a disruptor, not only in education, but as the technology we're working with in basic communication and ways of thinking in general. So our charter and our constitution was written very light and very flexible to help us keep on our toes and as we move forward in that mindset. Our constitution is based on a set of values rather than a list of rules. We believe in inclusivity and forward thinking and being flexible in our research and our work. And our charter reflects our responsibilities to our mother organization of JOLT and the institutional idealities that go along with being a part of that bigger organization. We've started up all our communication systems and our platforms. We have a beautiful website up that's gotten bigger and bigger and more content on it. We have our officer and member Google Forms in which we have continued conversations about shared projects and collaborative research goals. We also have our extensive social media network, most notably our Facebook group, which has grown over 500 users in just the first year. And we're starting to build our foundational footing as far as funding and budgets and taking care of our finances in general. We have our bank accounts. We've started to figure out ways to generate money, and we are now in a good position to start creating a good financial foundation for our organization, although we still don't have that much money yet. So we went to becoming a forming SIG to an official SIG. We went through a series of evaluations, both self-evaluation and from our mother organization. And we passed, although past, right? We still have some things that we can improve on. Two notable things is our membership roster, our number of members, and the number of events and publications which we produce. And we're already starting to work on that. I'll tell you that about that in just a second. That means we have a voting status in the organization, so those rules that do apply to us as being a part of JALT, we now have a voice in forming those rules as we move forward. That means our responsibilities have also increased. So we now are expected to reach a certain level of membership and produce a certain amount of research and communication to the larger research community. So let's talk about by the numbers. We're up to 32 members. We have 5 officers. We've just grown 1 for this next year. We've had our first sponsorship, which was with the National Geographic Learning in Japan, Cengage Learning. It's quite an accomplishment, actually, to have a corporate sponsorship in our first year as a forming SIG, and we look to build on that moving forward. We had 3 events, and we've already started to build on that as we move forward into the next year. 8 publications. Some of those were with our own internal publications, where we started a newsletter and a podcast, and we've also published with JALT in several other publications, and this is not including the publications, the numerous publications our members and officers have produced in MAVR context and other contexts as well. So moving forward for next year, we're really excited. We're stepping up our game. We have a whole new list of priorities, and we're going to make the most of the resources and the momentum and passion that we have in our membership. So we want for you to help us help you and help each other, of course. We want to help each other promote MAVR and recruit new members into our group. This is going to be one of our main strives, our main goals for the next year is to try to at least double, hopefully, maybe around our goal is to get double, maybe we'll settle for about 50 members going into next year. And more than that, we just want to get the idea of MAVR out to as many people as possible. And this is not just within JALT, but within the world community of researchers as well. We have 1 new officer. Welcome, Bobby, to our group. But we would like to start getting other officers as well. And we'd like to ask you, as our membership, to think about unique ways that maybe non-traditionally that you might see being able to offer our group as a new officer role. This could be almost anything. Like, again, our organization is trying to be flexible, so we want to be able to facilitate your goals and wishes such they align with our organizations. MAVR Projects, we have members doing a ton of amazing, innovative stuff. And so we'd like you to just hop on and start conversations with our members to see if you might like to join in on some of these projects. We've been doing projects with this technology in extensive reading and in study abroad and with building empathy. There are many, many ways that we're incorporating this into different areas of research. Academic writing is another one. But perhaps you want to start a project, get a couple of collaborators, but there are plenty of projects from which you can have a chance to jump in on. Future events. Our next event for which this video will be introduced is at Pan-SIG in Toyo Gakuen University in May. But we also will be at JALT in Shikoku in November. We just had an online event with LT-SIG in collaboration with that group in England, and we will be having many more online events as well. Moving towards next year, we hope to have our own possibly separate and independent event, but we also are looking to have a collaborative events with other chapters, perhaps BizCom, Brain, or with several chapters. And we'd like you to contribute content. We are looking for any and all content, but mostly we have upped our game in our podcasts and our internal newsletters. So if you're working with a particular platform, a particular app, if you have a new case use of a new tool that has to do with the technologies that we're working with or how it affects students' learning ability, or you have some news that you'd like to share about new upcoming tools and ways to use it, you can write in our newsletter and contribute. Just get in touch with our publications chair, which is currently Parisa Marain. And if you'd like to record a small snippet for our podcast, we'd appreciate that too. If you feel like you want to contribute in other ways, perhaps you have a journal article you'd like to get published in this realm, we are looking to publish a few internally peer-reviewed journal articles to go along with our yearly publication, which will be a culmination of all of our newsletters, podcasts, and publications that we will have throughout the year. Of course, if you have any questions, please come on to our website, our Google group, and you can find us through the JOLT website or our own website, many other places as well, x.co.maversig. This is Eric. Looking forward to a great year of working with you and the people in JOLT. Good luck. I'll see you around.